Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and good evening to Madam Najihah and my fellow groupmates. So, my name is Makinuddin bin Muhammad Tajuddin, and today we, as Shasha and I, will be presenting about our poster and the roles and the function of blood bank. But before we start to our content, let me introduce you the meaning of blood bank and a little bit about history of blood bank. So, what is blood bank? Generally, we know blood bank is like more like a bank, but instead of saving the money, we are saving the blood. The true meaning of blood bank is like in the poster, is a center for those the bloods that have been donated by the people, which will store and preserve for the later usage in the blood transfusion. So the meaning is the people who are voluntary to donate the blood need to go to hospital or to clinic or the event like MRC handed in Malaysia, such as a jom derma darah. The blood will transmitted into the hospital or the local hospital for any cases like an accident in the motorcycle or the for the vehicle or the people who got the blood loss and need the blood for the instance. So they can get the blood from the blood bank to supply the blood loss that able to preserve the casualty life. So in the blood bank, also there is also an objective that creating and maintaining safe blood donors by providing the bloods and the blood component need to be safe and also the appropriate screening procedures in practice. So now let's move on to the history of blood bank. So we know the blood bank has been stated in ancient, already in Egyptian ancient, but there is no specific data and evidence about it. So we're moving on into the modern day, which is 1937. The doctor at the Cook County Hospital in Chicago has opened the first ever blood bank in the world. The motive of the blood bank is for transfusion that needs for the World War One. And the motive of the blood bank is uh, to transfer the blood for the army that have blood loss when they are in the war, and also the need to support for the preserve the army's life. Some of the people said that D.R. Bernard Prentice and his team is the person that opened the facility. But the James Jennings has written in his magazine that said that he is not that opened the first blood bank. So some of the transfusion are failed during in the blood transfusion, but also some of the transfusion is success that makes the army's life is preserved. This is also applied in the Malaysia that initiated by a group of women in British Red Cross in 1955. I need to move to another building, which the hospital converted in 1971. And this is also a building for the known as a National Blood Service Center, and it's also under the put of Ministry of Health. But in 1975, the Blood Service Center is already upgraded in terms of the standards and also the blood bank equipment. So they need to upgrade into the Jalan Kuchai Lama, the hospital. And nowadays there are so many hospitals that consist of the blood banks, such as many more. So so now we going to the fun fact. So let me talk about what we need to do and what we don't in the donating our bloods. The thing we need to do is we need to stay hydrated before we donate our blood. We need to drink plenty of water and also get plenty of rest. We need to wear a comfortable clothing, such as a man, we need to wear a short sleeve for easier for the blood transfusion. And the things we don't want to do in the blood transfusion is we cannot donate the blood when we get the COVID-19 or in the middle of recovery of the COVID-19. Consuming of alcohol and an exercise after donating a blood bank is no for those people who is donate the blood who is a donate to the blood. So that's all for me. Now I will pass into the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening or whatever you are, wherever you are. So today I'll talk about the functions of blood bank. Or before that, my name is Ashan Azhar, or people may or may not know me as. Well, there are three main functions of the blood bank, which we can see in the poster that we've made, which is a screen for current of or past infections, including such as hepatitis B and C and syphilis as well. As we all know, hepatitis B and C is really, really dangerous for us because of how we haven't found the cure for it yet. And this is a preventive move um, to find out about it from your own blood. Second, we know the screening for any unexpected red blood cell antibodies that may cause problems in the recipient. As we all have already learned, every blood has their own antigens, their own antibodies, and even the rhesus part. So as we all know, blood O is a universal donor, which they can donate to anyone that they want, but they can't take any of the blood. You get what I mean? Okay. While the AB is a universal receiver, which can take any blood from anyone, A, B, or even O, but they can't donate their own blood. They need to donate to either A or B, and AB only. They can't donate to O. So that is why I see that we can find out what is your blood grouping, and this is why we need to do a screening for any unexpected red blood cell antibodies that may cause problems to the recipients as well. And last but not least, for me, is to store blood for patients that need then during surgery or donation. This is why we all know to need our blood, but at the same time we can't donate it every month. We need to donate it like in a gap of 4 months or a gap of 2 months, or else it will have, I don't know, some sort of problems. And this is why this is very, very important. Blood bank is very, very important for us who will have surgery or for others who are in need of help. So yeah, that is all for me. I'll give it to the next presenter.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. I am Nur Alisha and I will be wait. Uh, wait, kenapa? Cuba dulu lah. Okay, so cepat dengar, kan? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. So I'll get back to it. So as I stated in the poster, the effects of the blood bank to the world, which is there are three main important things, which is to save lives of patients who are in need of blood. Second is to improve the health, because we as donors will also get a better health from donating blood, and also by providing safe and adequate blood to the world. So there are multiple benefits of blood banks, which is that an adequate and reliable supply of safe blood can be assured for patients when in need. As you all know that blood transfusion saves lives and improves health, but many patients in the world require transfusion do not actually have timely access to safe blood. So by having blood banks, it will help with providing safe and adequate blood, as it should be an integral part of every country's national healthcare policy and infrastructure. In addition to this, 118.5 million blood donations are collected globally. 40% of these are collected in high-income countries, and these blood donations are given to 16% of the world's population, which is a lot. So these results are all once again due to blood banks. So from the statistical results of the world, about 13,300 blood centers in 169 countries report that collecting a total of 106 million donations. A median annual donation per blood center is 1,300 in low-income countries, 4,400 in lower middle income countries, and 9,300 in upper middle income countries, and up to 25,700 in higher income countries. And besides this, an increase of 10.7 million blood donations from involuntary unpaid donors have been reported from 2008 to 2018. And in total, 79 countries collect over 90% of their blood supply from voluntary unpaid blood donors. However, 54 countries collect more than 50% of the blood supply from family or replacement or paid donors. So that is all for me. I'll pass it on to the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Qasir Matsuki, and I will be explaining on the epidemiology part. Okay, in epidemiology, let's venture on how much awareness is spread amongst the blood donors and how youth awareness affect the percentages of blood donors obtained from low-income class to high-income class. A research was made to obtain a knowledge, attitude, and practice towards blood donation among 530 voluntary blood donors in Chennai, India. So as a result, 436 or 93% were males and 36 or 7% were female donors. 273 or 51.2% donors knew about the interval of the donation, and 421, 79.4% of donors knew about the age limit for the donation. And a shocking 205, 57% donors felt that creating an opportunity for the donation was an important factor for motivating the blood donation. And 292 or 55% of the donors felt that the fear of pain was the main reason for the hesitation of the donors in coming forward to donate blood. So as previously mentioned, about 118.54 million blood donations are collected worldwide, and about 13,300 blood centers in 169 countries, this is according to WHO, report collecting a total of 106 million donations. So the collections in the at the blood centers actually vary depending on the income group, as for example, the low income group, the middle income group, and the high income group. And as also previously mentioned, for the median annual donation for blood centers, I will repeat it again, 103,000 in the low income countries, 4,400 in the lower middle income countries, 9,300 in upper middle income countries. And this is so low compared to the highest income countries such as America and whatnot, which has a whopping 25,700. Now, this difference could be due to lack of awareness or lack of access to blood donating in those rural areas or in low income areas. To furthermore, WHO had stated there is a marked difference in the level of access to blood between low and high income countries. The whole blood donation rate is an indicator for the general availability of blood in the country. The median blood donation rate in high income countries is 31.5% per 1,000 people. This compares to 16.4 donations per 1,000% in upper middle income countries, 6.6 donation per 1,000% per 1,000 people in lower middle income countries, and lastly, only 5.0 donations per 1,000 people in low income countries. To conclude, bringing awareness on blood donation is so important as we still need more access, especially in the low income areas, to increase the rate of blood, especially in the low income areas, because when doing the surgery over there or when there is disease, there are an increasing rate of blood diseases found in those areas, and we still need blood to be able to donate to the people there as compared to the high income classes who have already obtained many. Thank you.